And now we get into the second scene of this Old Man River. And the characters, we have seen already in our first episode. What are the characters we come across? Let us just recall one by one. As we know, Amy Marshall, 17 years old girl, and Betty Marshall, Amy's younger sister, then Rosefield, a small girl, 16 years old, that is Marshall's neighbor. Marshall's neighbor. Actually, Amy Marshall and Rosefield both are very close friends. Next is Sarah Field, a very small girl of 9 years old, Rose's sister. She is the sister of Rose. Next, Jim Hall, the hero of the story, hero of the drama. We know, the JRC participant. 17 years old, another neighbor. And in this second episode, we are introducing two splendid personalities. One is Mr. Peters, and he is the member of Red Cross Disaster Committee. I told you what Disaster Committee is. Disaster Committee will serve the people who are in problems and who are in suffering struggles. So he is one of the members of the Red Cross Disaster Committee. And next one is Penny Marsh, Miss Penny Marsh. Penny Marsh is a nun but a nurse of the Red Cross Society. So two characters we are including in this one. So one is Mr. Peters, a new character. He is a member of the Red Cross Society. Particularly, he is a member of Red Cross Disaster Committee. And the next one is Miss Marsh, Miss Penny Marsh, a nurse in the Red Cross Society. Now we'll go to the scene. The same scene, the same setting. What is the setting we have seen in the first episode? Yes, the drawing house. That is the living room of Amy's house. So all the three are there. Amy, Betty, and Sarah are there. But one is missing. Can you guess who it is? Yes? Yes, you are right. It is Jim. Now I'll ask you one question. Where is Jim? If you understood the first episode, first scene correctly and fully, you can answer this question very easily. Now where is Jim? Yes? Yes, I can hear someone saying, yes, you are right. Jim is on the rooftop. What is he doing there? He is just waiting for some help. What does he have in his hand? He has a torchlight, flashlight we call, torchlight, and he is waving here and there to get help from someone, because since it is very dark, he is busy on the rooftop. Now again we come to the scene, to the living room of Amy. Amy, Sarah, Betty all are there, sitting very closely amidst fear and frightening. Now Jim gives polite order for them. Jim asks them to move everything to the attic. Why Jim says so? Jim asks all these friends to move everything to the attic. Why? Because we know water is creeping. For each and every minute, water is just coming up. It has touched their floor, their entrance of the house itself. So very soon, as Jim said earlier in the first scene, by next morning, Jim would have said, by next morning, water would reach this limit. So, since water is just coming up and up, so they want to pack up all their essentials. What are essentials? As I said you already, food, clothing, shelter. These are the essential things. Mainly food, clothing and water here. So they have to be overnight there without food and everything. So they have to pack everything. So packing their food, Jim asked them to pack their essentials. So to move everything to the attic, so that if they get any help from others, they could easily move to the safer place. This is the condition here. So what they do, they bring food, water and blankets also. Blankets, because part of Mississippi River, it is very chilly region. That too, flood is outside, flood is just overflowing outside, river water is gushing out. So there is no other way, surely it will be very chill. So the blanket also, as they are going to sleep in the attic. So they are going to spend their whole night in the attic itself. If anyone doesn't come, there is no other way, they have to spend the whole night in the attic itself. So they have planned, they have taken everything to the attic now. Amy wants to save her father's valuable books. So in the act of preserving valuable things, Amy does a thing. Amy wants to save two things of their belongings. One is their father's valuable books, and another one is her mother's jewel case. Her mother's jewel case. And Jim sees this, and Jim refuses it politely. He tells Amy, this is not the thing we have to do now. We have to safeguard only our essential things. So they are on their way to attic now. While they are on their way to attic, they hear a voice outside and realize that someone has come to help. Actually, what happened, something has stamped their house. Thudding sound they have heard. They hear a voice outside now as if someone is calling from outside. And they now realize that they thank God because they think that someone has come to help them, come to assist them. When they just see through the windows, both are from Red Cross. Both are just tugging their boat and they have reached the place. The Red Cross nurse, also she is, who have come in a lifeboat to save these children. On seeing the flashlight of Jim, they have come there. Now, the children are much excited. They are thanking God because they are going to get saved now. They are much excited and thankful to these two people also. Who are the two people? They come there. One is Mr. Tom Peters, Disaster Management Committee member, and another one is a nurse in the Red Cross. So they are very thankful. They felt a little bit relieved. So suddenly what happens, then here's a next sound, a next cry, a cry of a girl. When they turn back, they see Sarah falls off the ladder. Sarah falls off the ladder. When she is climbing the stairs to attic, she falls off the ladder. So what happened? Sarah cries bitterly. But thank God there is a nurse here. As Miss Marsh is a nurse, the nurse consoles her that she will be all right soon. We have to thank God. They are just thanking God because nurse is there. Marsh assists Sarah. Sarah has broken her right leg just below her knee. It will be very painful. Sarah's leg, now they have to act accordingly wisely. JRC students and Scout students, they will be having some scarf around their neck. Do you know why it is? Suppose if any fracture occurs here, what they will do is, scarf is not just to show their dress code. Actually, do you know, children, what is the use of that scarf? Suppose if I get a fracture here, if I have that scarf around my neck, I can take the scarf and also I can take a long scale as we use in our classes. We can keep the scale alongside of the hand and we can tie it tightly so that it won't move. It will be safe, very safe. This is the first aid. For first aid purpose only, scarf is there for JRC people and Scout and whatnot. So Sarah's leg is now splintered. What is splintered? Splintered with pillows. Now the condition is, if any fracture occurs, according to Junior Red Cross, we have to take them to hospital or to medical treatment without shaking that part. It's the first thing we have to do, being done in JRC and all. Sarah's leg is splintered with pillows, surrounded with pillows. They have taken pillows and they have surrounded Sarah's leg with pillows. So it is now safe. So she can't move here and there. The leg is safe there. And they use umbrella. The second smart thinking, what they have done here is, they use umbrella. So with the help of umbrella and pillows, she goes safely into the boat also. Now, Rose and Betty. So now Sarah is somehow rescued. Sarah feels a little bit relieved as Miss Marsh is already available there. Rose and Betty also accompany Sarah. And next what happens? Now here in the house, Jim and Amy stay safe on the roof. They're waiting for the next boat, next lifeboat. And now Mr. Peter says goodbye to them and he gives a jar of coffee, a cocoa. It is mentioned as cocoa. Cocoa is nothing but a hot drink just like coffee. And when Amy thanks him, he says to thank the Red Cross Society. Since they are in this disaster management committee, they have come to help them. So they too have been rescued. So this is the second scene, dear children.